Welcome, viewers, back to Space Haven, where we join Madeline, Jimmy, Emerson, and Tala on their adventures aboard the HSS Horus. Last episode, we spent a lot of time getting this second shield generator up and running. Currently, this shield generator is reporting insufficient available resources. It's perhaps because we need a energy block in order to get shields charged for the first time. We'll see once the crew wakes up if they go ahead and start working on that. In the meantime, we are in a new sector alongside a claimable ship, and in this sector there's also a spaceship from the civilian faction, the test pseudo, which almost sounds like a Roman military formation, but it's not quite spelled right. The test pseudo. Interesting. So trade. I'm having trouble figuring out what we have aboard. Maybe if I uncheck these. There we go. Alright, so our ship is here. Civilian ship here. Claimable derelict here. On board our ship, we have plenty of water, plenty of fuel rods. We're a little bit low on hyperfuel, but not terribly. The main thing we're currently low on is food. We're trying to grow our own. We do have vegetables, and we did manage to secure some food off of a derelict in the last episode. But as you can see, we're down to 2 actual prepared meals. The rest is going to have to come from our grow beds, which we haven't really tested yet to see if we are growing things fast enough to keep these explorers alive. Taking a look at the grow beds, we can see that we're growing vegetables, some fruit, some vegetables, some artificial meat here with varying timings. In this one, also fruit, vegetables, a little bit of meat. And finally, in this one, more fruit, more meat. So I'm not positive that this is going to be sufficient to keep them alive. I am a little wary that they're going to start starving. Should be obvious. If at the end of this day this number is going down instead of up, that means we're not growing food fast enough. So let's keep an eye on that. The other stuff we're short on here is energy blocks, I believe. What exactly is this claiming it needs? That is not an energy block. That's an energy cell, I think. So I think we need to make an energy cell. Yes, 0 energy cells, but we have enough resources to make a few. So let's make sure that we have a couple energy cells in the production queue. Let's make 3. That'll leave us 1 electronics components, because I think infra blocks, if I'm not mistaken, use electronic components. Yeah. So that'll leave us a little room to make electronic components. Looks like Madeline's up and using the facilities. Let's take a look at what we can trade with the CS Test Pseudo. They are offering expensive hyperfuel. I don't think we'll ever have enough money to buy that. They do have infra blocks, which, well, we can make our own. I'd rather buy resources from them, like this noble metals would actually be a fantastic thing to acquire. We're not totally short. We are short on noble metals. We're also short on standard metals. So let's trade for these, and that will make it so we don't have to mine them. We are going to have to mine metals soon if we want to keep our production up. It would also be nice to find some more ice. Let's trade for maybe 5 of these. Maybe 10 if we can afford it. What do we have to offer back? Plastics. We don't have a lot of demand for plastics in our own use right now, and they seem to want those at a pretty decent price. So let's trade for the plastics. It looks like we can Trade 1 for 5, so maybe we'll trade 2 of these away and try to get 10 noble metals. Perfect. And that cost us a little bit of money, but not too much. Do they have any food? They do not. Or if they did, it's very expensive. I wonder if once we have a meat production line set up, if we have enough grow beds to make fake meat, that will become a valuable commodity. Anyway, let's accept this trade. Got rid of some plastics, gained some noble metals. Noble metals are going to be used in our electronics production line. We're also going to need, what are these, base metals? Right, noble and base metals. So the crew is up and about. We're going to have Madeline and Jimmy drafted and sent over to that other ship, although now that I think about it, we better do that quickly before this shuttle goes away on a trade mission. So maybe we're going to interrupt their break time and just send them straight over to do that. Might make them a little angry, but they'll cope. Entercraft, go. Madeline and Jimmy are the ones with, one of them has bloodlust and the other one is heroic or something like that. We'll take a look as they're traveling over there. That's why we're choosing them. We get over there by picking the craft and telling it to dock, but I don't see a place to dock on this ship, so how do you do this? Uh-oh. Ah, here we are. We can dock at these broken areas, so we must be able to dock at any... No, we can only dock at that one. Ah, or this one. Let's dock here. That seems to be highlighted. Let's accept that as docking. And that ship should head over there. We'll take a look at what Jimmy's and Madeline's skills are. So Bloodlust for Jimmy and Hero for Madeline. So Madeline is heroic, which means she won't surrender. She works slowly. And she's generally safe. She's immune to panic, scared, and feeling unsafe. Once they are docked, we're going to pop them out of there. Madeline first, of course. Madeline's out. Jimmy's out. They start shooting. We're going to release this ship from draft so it can go complete the trades. I believe they're going to be safe here. It looks like those bugs are on the other side of a space gap, so it's nothing to worry about. All right, and they should be able to just hop over that. Unfortunately, there's no airlock here, so we probably do want to keep that ship drafted, come to think of it. Because if they run out of air, there's not going to be any place for them to escape to. So let's leave the ship drafted while they're on board. All right, and let's try to get through this quickly. Madeline, you head there. Jimmy, you head here. Jimmy, head here. All right. Next door, please. Jimmy, you're not looking through the door, buddy. I need you to actually go in there. Oh, Jimmy sees something. He did take some hits, but he's got a pretty good weapon there. I think he's wielding... He's not wielding the shotgun. He must have the assault rifle. Check that real quick. Yeah, that's what this looks like. Alright, Madeline, see if you can catch up with Jimmy on the other side. Looks like a doorway here. Jimmy, you go through this one. Madeline, you check that one. Jimmy, come on through. Yep, there's another bug. Alright, Jimmy can fight that off. Madeline, you're going to come around here to this door. Come on, Jimmy, get it. Good man. Luckily, they have infinite ammo and don't need to reload. They just fire at a certain rate with their weapons, so... They seem to be capable. Jimmy is going to check this door. About halfway through his oxygen supply. That looks like we inspected the whole ship. So Jimmy, head back there to get O2. Madeline, open this door. Hopefully that triggers the ship has been explored. Why is it? It's just different than a derelict. All right, both of you back on board. Let's see. How do I tell them to get on board here? There we go. Back on board. Madeline, did I not tell you to get back on board? Back on board. All right. So if I zoom out, do I get new information about the ship yet? No, I can claim it, or I can abandon it. That's weird. So I can't really just salvage it like I can other ships. See if we claim it. If we claim it, can we salvage from it? Hull breach, no kidding. All right, so we'll see if we can salvage anything out of this, and then we will abandon it. This thing's still complaining about insufficient energy cells, which should be being made here. See what we get at this, if there's any jobs available. Yes. Let's have, normally I think Jimmy would be doing that, so once Jimmy's back, oh, he's back on board. Now that Jimmy's back on board, let's just assign that job directly to him so we can get that second shield running as soon as possible. There you go. Meanwhile, can we start dismantling stuff on this ship? Just tell it to dismantle, especially these doors, because these should yield info blocks. Doors, power, anything that looks like something that's going to give us usable blocks. Let's dismantle as much as possible. We'll send them back over here, and hopefully they'll do these jobs. We can work on that today. This is a toilet. Oh yeah, that's nice. Dismantle the power nodes. We're not going to do much more than this. These things are going to be valuable. I wonder if this ship has a name. Currently it's the HSS Cordelia. You know, Cordelia was one of King Lear's daughters. Little Shakespeare trivia for you there. All right. Power node, please. Dismantle. Door, dismantle. Get all our dismantle orders in here. I'm not sure they're going to jump over the ship and do this. I think I'll have to temporarily assign somebody to this ship. No, we'll see. All right, so everything important there has been dismantled. I don't really care too much about the soft blocks that are in the beds. So let's see if those orders get followed through or if they just ignore it. I suspect they'll just ignore it. I think there's a just amount of visible crew. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Here, yeah, nothing. I believe there's a way to assign crew to a different ship. Yes, here it is. Okay, so they will call this one their home. First to sleep and can be assigned a bed. Yep. They will do their free time and eat on either. And they will work on either. So I think we can probably... Oh, that's quite interesting. We can just assign who works on what here. I should have looked at this earlier. All right, so that should mean that they'll hop over there and do the job on the other ship without any input. So let's see if that happens. We'll speed them up. There's just not enough people, too much work as always. We may have to ferry them over there manually to make sure it gets done. See what happens once the jobs on this ship start getting done. If they have any time left, we'll check it out. It looks like they still haven't managed to get that energy cell built. So let's check to see if we can assign this industry job to Jimmy as usual. Jimmy, I really want you to get this energy cell done, please. Thank you, sir. Turn my job view back on. All right, Jimmy's on it. See what happens to this marker once Jimmy produces an energy cell here. Yep, so there should be an energy cell available now. Although somebody's going to have to logistics it back into storage, I think, before we recognize that it exists. Jimmy did go and get a spacesuit on for some reason. And then went to have a break. What are you doing? I guess he got tired. He was going to go to the other ship. Nope. And he took it off. Make up your mind, man. Okay, somebody did bring the block in because it's no longer a logistics task. But it still is not showing up in our storage. I can actually expand this so we can see more things. Okay, so it's not showing up in storage yet. And it still says... somebody's getting a high body temperature here. Take a look at the temperature. Maybe that's why Jimmy had to go in. Okay, so this whole area is getting pretty warm. Actually, this is power, not temperature. Never mind. Alright, no, the temperature looks fine everywhere. Except for right inside the generator room where it's ridiculous. Everywhere else is pretty reasonable. Ah, here's pretty hot too. Interesting. It just went down as I was watching it. So I'll keep an eye on this. Hopefully I can remember to do that. Every now and then we'll take a look and make sure that the temperature isn't getting out of control there. Seems to have dropped back down here as well. Alright, so we definitely haven't had anyone just voluntarily hopping over to the other ship. And I saw Jimmy make another energy cell, but we must be consuming those energy cells faster than we can make them here. Right, because we have an energy block order that says make 5. We only have 4, so let's temporarily... What is that going to mean? I think we're going to just run out of the ability to make energy blocks. Because we certainly can't make any more of these. So let's make sure that orders... Oops, that was the tech, not the energy. We're going to make tech because those don't require anything but optronics. So let's leave the tech block order up. Let's kill the energy block order for now. And let's make sure we have one more of these coming in because it looks like we used them all. We'll do that. Hopefully that will get consumed by the shield. Unfortunately, everybody went to sleep for the day. So we're going to have to speed through that night again. I think I'm going to actually send Madeline over to the other ship for the day tomorrow so that she can run the dismantling tasks. Let's see what happens once I do that manually. See if she's just on that other ship. Will she stay there and work on that ship, or will she come back to the ship? Looks like they're having happy conversations for the day for once, which is interesting. Alright, so Madeline, once you're finished with that job, which is probably getting food or something. Yeah. Let's draft you. Oh. Where did it go? Never mind. That ship is already occupied by Emerson. Emerson decided to go over there by himself. Okay, great. No need to do it manually then. Look at that. He's going over there and he's dismantling things. And crazily, even though there's no air over there, that ship has decided to come back on its own. So let's keep a close eye on Emerson's oxygen because that seems like a dangerous thing for that ship to just leave him stranded there. Let's see if once he gets down to about 50%, which he's there now, let's see if he calls the ship back here or if he's too stupid to do that and is just going to let his oxygen run out, because there's none available here. Emerson, what are you going to do? Okay, good. So he goes there. He drops stuff off. Let's bring that ship over manually, because I know he's going to die. If we don't, why can't I tell it to manually dock here? Hello? Can I send it anywhere? Okay, it's going to go over here. Emerson, will you please head over here? And, oh wait, he got air. Okay. Interesting. So there's air available on that ship even though there's nothing obvious. Great. Okay. I will stop worrying about him then. Meanwhile, it looks like we did manage to get the energy cell into our shield generator. Nobody is currently operating the shield, though. So we'll wait for that to happen on its own once the jobs have been dealt with. Keep an eye on that, and see if the shields don't automatically start rising. Why is Jimmy in a spacesuit? Okay, he was for a moment, but then he left it. So there's something on this ship that causes Jimmy to want to jump into a spacesuit every now and then, which makes me a little nervous. Uh-oh, so that shield now says what? Why is that shield now showing insufficient energy cells? I don't like this. Why does it think the shield needs energy cells? Continually uses power. Why does it think it needs energy cells? That makes me sad. Okay. Can we refine an energy cell? No, because we need metals. Alright, so it looks like we're not going to be able to get energy cells from anything on here because none of these will have cells. They'll have energy blocks, but not energy cells. Does the recycler turn energy scrap into energy cells? Or does it turn it into energy blocks? Good question. Let's put the recycler back in and we'll figure that out. Facility. No. Resource. Recycler. What it tells us here. Where is it? Recycler. Energy scraps turns into energy rods. Okay. That's kind of useless, but what's this one? Tech scrap turns into a little bit of electronic components. Alright, yeah, recycler just doesn't really seem useful. Uh-oh. Emerson is running out of air. Oops. This is not good, Emerson. I'm going to have to draft you and make you run back to the shuttle. Or are you just going to die? He does have a little bit of energy, so I guess it's not until he just dies that he passes out. Good, okay. And he's out of there for the day. Alright, tell you what. It looks like you got... let's see what's on board that shuttle with you. Does not show, unfortunately. Does it show what's in the airlock? Airlock? No, you can't really see that inventory anyhow. Anyhow. Alright. Well, that's about the end of the day for these people. So what we're going to do is slow it back down. We're going to abandon the ship again. Oops, unfortunately Emerson is already back over there. Wow, Emerson, you're too fast for me, buddy. Let's let him finish his day over there then, I guess. Once he finishes that, we will decide where we're going to jump next. And this is nice because it has noble and energy, but what we really need is base metals. This has some kind of hazard, so I'm scared to go there. This is a nebula and what looks like chemicals. That's what I was trying to say. Chemicals and ice would be nice, but it's a nebula. Don't know what's going to happen into a nebula, but that's probably the place we'll go next in order to avoid these pirates and whatever the heck that is. That looks like micro meteoroids, which are probably going to be at least as bad as solar flares. I'm guessing those puncture your hull so you lose oxygen. That would be my bet. So yeah, let's jump here next. That'll be our target. We'll go here, we'll pick up that energium. And then we'll jump here, get the ice and the chemicals, and see what happens in a nebula. Joy, I'm sure it'll be fun. Meanwhile, we're going to abandon this because this ship is definitely not worth bringing home. Although, it looks like all of these little logistic jobs need to get ferried back over to our main storage. That's going to take a while. Maybe that's why Jimmy keeps hopping into a spacesuit. I'm not really sure what he's thinking. It's either temperature or oxygen that would do it, and everything seems fine on this ship. Could just be that he wants to go to the other ship, but he keeps aborting his behavior. That's another bet. All right, well, it looks like Emerson's about ready to call it a day. It's really hard to say what we got from that ship over there. It's like maybe we got tech blocks. I was hoping for some energy blocks and some infra, but it looks like most of them just got left on the floor. I think we're going to give that another day and see if those blocks get picked up and carried back to this ship. And if they do, good. Otherwise, it will have been a bust and we're just going to have to jump out of here. I'm not really seeing anything that got carried back to this ship yet. Nothing obvious, at least. With my luck, it's steel plates and nothing else. Alright, so the crew's asleep. We'll let them sleep through that day. In fact, we're going to cut this episode here. This has been Space Haven. There's a ship incoming next turn. Stay tuned next time when we interact with that ship. We try to collect the resources off the floor of the HSS Cordelia. We're going to abandon it, and hopefully we jump down and see what a nebula is like. Until then, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.